This is Campus High. Welcome to a brand new episode where we have a lot of feature stories, interviews, and also campus talents. So, why wait? Let's begin today's fresh episode.
Give me some of the key. Let's get down on it. We can make it right. Let me show you how. दिलरुबा माना है कातिल तेरी अदा लाखों है आशिक तुझ पे फिदा.
In this week's Student Talent, we are featuring Renville Ferrao from second year BBA, a very good dancer who initially began with his dance style hip-hop and now has got selected to renowned Bollywood choreographer Terence Lois's dance troupe.
और क्या है दिल का लगाना.
So hello guys, today we have Renville Ferrao with us. He is studying in BBA second year and he's a very talented dancer. Okay, so we'll get much more information from him. So Renville, how did you get introduced to dancing? And
So, firstly, I'm not a trained dancer. Like, I didn't train myself under any choreographer. Firstly, I started my journey in 7th standard, where everyone were like in my classmates. Everyone had some were in sports, some were in education, or some were good at something, and I didn't know what I was good at. And deep down one day I just started listening songs, and I saw one person. Like, I used to follow DID, so there was one person called Raghav Jewel. Many people know him. So I just felt like I can do that, and I started doing it. And that was the first part of my life where I thought I can do something good and I'm best at it. So it was my first journey where I found I'm good at dancing.
so what all dance forms do you know? Till now?
Firstly, I do hip hop, and then I trained myself by watching videos. I do crumping, I'm good at crumping, and I do hand attacks, a very different form and very unknown form now, like hand attacks.
So what are your memories about your first choreography?
First choreography, as soon as my 7th standard, I got a chance to choreograph my school dance, like school day dance. And that time no one knew that I was about to do these things, and I had two of my other friends. They were good, and people knew they used to dance. And when I started choreographing dances, it was like a new thing for me, and experience was really good. And there I got my confidence, like I can do it, I can teach, I can bring a good dance out of people. So that was my first experience. It was a really good experience.
Nice. So how did you get introduced to the Team Terence?
Team Terence, one of my video, it was which I put in Instagram, got to the holder, like the main Terence Lewis Institution page, and they DM me like for 2 months they'll be doing my free training, and but I could not go because my admissions were happening for my PUCs, so could not go. That was the biggest loss. If the story would be different if I got a chance to train in Terence Lewis Institution. But yeah, it's I'm proud because they thought I am good at something and they can train me. That is I count that as one of my achievements.
Okay, nice. So what are your future plans then?
Most probably I don't want to work 9 to 5. For sure, if I get a chance to work as a choreographer, maybe try in a reality show. I'll try my best. Maybe coming years I'll try to compete in my television shows. But for sure, I don't know how it will go. That's why I'm doing my backup undergraduation also.
So how do you balance between your studies and choreography?
There is no such balance in my studies and dancing because I don't take classes. If I take classes, then I had to balance. But most of my free time, I don't hang around with my friends. Most probably, I don't hang around with my friends. I spend my time listening to the music, learning beats, and bringing some steps. That's what I do most of the time. That's why I don't have a big friend circle.
So you actually talked about getting fame through Instagram. So when was this first time that you uploaded a video in Instagram?
My first video was in 9th standard, I guess, and the views were like 560. Now it has reached to 7,000. The latest video. Yeah, there is a growth. Instagram, people recognize me as a dancer. That makes me like, I'm doing something. People know my name because of something I'm doing. That brings a difference, and that pushes me like I can do better. I can bring new choreographies. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I like doing it.
Okay, so you get your support from your parents?
My parents, they never stopped me from dancing, but they just told every time like studies are important, focus on your studies also. But most probably because I didn't spend a lot of money on my training, so I train myself by using YouTube videos. So yeah, they support me. They don't stop me for anything. Till date, they have not stopped me for dancing.
नैना लगियां बारिशां ते सुके सुके सपने भी पिज गए नैना लगियां बारिशां रोवे पलकां दे कोने विच नींद मेरी नैना लगियां बारिशां हंझू डिगदे न चोट लगे दिल ते नैना लगियां बारिशां रुत बिरहा दे बदला.
In this unprecedented time of the pandemic, there have been many businesses which have been shut down or otherwise even tried to survive up to some extent properly. But there is a section of people around us who have continued to work even in these tough times, and they are our online food delivery men. Our Campus High team have spoken to some of these individuals and have asked their opinions regarding the same. Let's take a look.
ಹಲೋ ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಿಮ್ದು ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್.
ಸೊ ಈ ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಂತನಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೀಗ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ನಿಲ್ಸಿ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಬೇರೆ ಎಂತ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ.
ಇದು ನಿಮ್ದು ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೀವು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದು ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಸೊ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಇಂದ ನಿಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ತರ?
ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ, ಗ್ಲೌಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ, ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಮಗೇನು ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಮುಂಚೆಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕಾಣಿಸಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಇದೆ, ಅವರೇಜ್. ನಾನಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಜಾಬ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, ನನಗೇನು ಅದು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಕಾಣಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಇರೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪಟ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ತಿನ್ನುವವರೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬರೋದು.
ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇದೆ ಈಗ, ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದೆ ಮೊದ್ಲಿಗಿಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಈ ಲಾಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನೀವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಇಂದ? ಏನಾದ್ರೂ
ದೂರನೇ ಇದೆ PG ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಮನೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಇರುವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೇನ್ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಸೊ ಇದು ನಂಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ?
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬರುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, 1 year ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ನಡೀತೇವೆ, ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಗುಡ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. Hello. So your name?
Sneha.
Student?
Yes.
So you're seeing Swiggy guys here, Vinny. So what do you think of them, like during lockdown or after the lockdown? What do you think of them?
I mean, it's a good opportunity for them. They have a livelihood. They have to look after their families. So it's a good opportunity. And as far as they are following the guidelines and following the protocols, it's well and good.
Were you like ordering more food before and like variations? Were there any variations of you ordering any food?
Yes, after Zomato, Swiggy, online delivery, it has become easy for us, and it's easy to order at home. So I prefer this. I order more now.
Thank you.
Let's slip into a very short break. We'll be right back after these commercials. Welcome back to Campus Eye. Today's episode we have our eminent faculty, Dr. Norbert Lobo, who is the head of the Department of Economics and the director of the administrative block of our college. He is the author, co-author and editor of many books in his subject. He is a member of various university associations and a career counselor who has a great understanding on our economy as well. Let's get to know about his take on some of our questions.
After my undergraduate degree, I wanted to pursue a MA in one of the 3 subjects. Then my principal of that college, I studied at St. Mary's College, Shirva, Reverend late Father Henry Castellano said, if you are going to study as a regular student, study something which is difficult. So that made me to apply for economics, and that is the reason how I become a student of economics and then gradually teaching economics. In today's world, every subject has a scope, provided if you are an excellent student. Just you join something and try to complete your course with a pass class or a just first class has no scope. If you are an all-round student and if you excel in your studies and if your commitment to what you are going to study, definitely the jobs and whatever things are what's called chasing them. So I would say that have a definite goal, what you want to become, prepare yourself for that and do your best. Definitely there is a scope for each and everything. Today, first you have to think what I would like to do after some years and what are my aspirations, what are my motivations. Based on that, you have to select something which will help you to move into that direction. If you go through the structure, this is the 3rd major policy in the independence India's scenario. We had earlier 2 policies. Now this policy tries to incorporate skills into the structure. For example, we have this BA program. Now in Karnataka, till now BA, a student has to opt for 3 subjects. Similarly for BSc. Whereas for BCom, BBA, BCA, there is no much change in the new education policy, except that the students have to invariably choose what is called skill-oriented programs. And also there is much importance for sports. In the first 6 semesters, the students have to learn some credits in sports. And there is also in the first semester, they have to learn something called yoga and wellness. So these are the additional things a student has to study. Otherwise, for BA and BSc, the major change is from 3 optional, it has reduced to 2 optional now. The student has to study only 2 subjects. And in addition to that, there is also scope for them to study something other than their subject. For example, a student chooses history and economics, he has to choose one subject other than social sciences. So there is a stress on multidisciplinary education. Say in India, till now undergraduate program is for 3 years. Now with this new policy, the undergraduate program is 4 years and the postgraduate program is reduced to 1 year. Of course, there are inbuilt what's called choices. If somebody stops the education at 3 years, he is given a undergraduate bachelor degree. Then they can pursue for 2 years postgraduate program. If somebody has the opportunity to pursue the education for 4 years, they will eligible to get honors degree in a particular discipline. Once you obtain the honors degree, then the PG program is only for 1 year. So the total duration of obtaining a undergraduate program and a postgraduate program is 5 years only. But the mode of pursuing the education would change.
Management of St. Aloysius Institutions and St. Aloysius College Alumni Association organized the Eminent Aloysian Alumni Awards 2022. The gathering was welcomed by the convener of the program, Mr. Archibald Menezes, who said that 6 jewels of our college are an inspiration and a role model to the younger generation.
There are smiles all around this wonderful evening, and the events happening here will be written in the history of the St. Aloysius institutions and will remain forever.
The distinguished alumni who were awarded were Dr. Cletus D'Souza, Dr. L.C. Sones, Mr. Jeet Milan, Professor Edmund Frank, Mr. Mavila Vishwanath Nair, and Lieutenant General Ravi I.
When I first arrived in St. Aloysius in 1950, I was from a village. We could read and write, but couldn't speak English. So we were feeling very low. Wouldn't mix with colored, educated, speaking high-flown English. We stayed away separately. And so this continued for a quarter. Then when the examinations came and the results were out, we were on a much higher ground than these high-flown English speakers. So that boosted up our confidence. So I was beginning to be feeling less of a villager and more sophisticated. I got the confidence to go on to so many other things only because I got that boost here.
So that's all for this edition of Campus High. This is me, Kashyap P R, signing off for today. Thank you and have a nice day.